everybody, it's Usernamekate and I am still here at Motorcycle Live in Birmingham for the show. Now in this video I'm going to talk to you guys about my favourite big adventure bikes. These are bikes that I've personally ridden so I can chat to you about. It's not going to be massively in depth, but it'll just give you a little bit of a taste of the motorcycles. So if you're interested in that, then keep watching. Well, it wouldn't be a Usernamekate video if I didn't jump on an R1300 GS at a bike show. I am a GS fangirl, it is no secret. I have a triple black myself, an R1200 GS, but today we're talking about the R1300 because this bike, I've ridden it quite a lot. I really like it. It has the essence of a GS. This year we've got the new ASA, which is without the clutch lever and all that jazz. But yeah, it's up on power this year, so compared to my R1200, which was 126 brake horsepower, I want to say, with this we've got 145. It's torquey as heck at 149 newton meters, and I feel like you ride this bike a bit like a little bit of a bigger supermoto compared to the older GSs. It's really gone in a more sporty direction. My dad actually upgraded his Auto V2s to a triple black R1300, spec like this with the adaptive ride height, and even though he's a bit of a unit, he appreciates the lower seat height, which is great for me in case I want to pinch it. But my dad really kind of blacked out his and made it look really tasty. I'll pop some footage in now. But I really enjoy riding this bike. It's familiar to me, I love the dash. The engine is a bit noisier and rattlier than I'm used to, but it still rides exceptionally. Right, we're here on the KTM stand. Now the bike that I actually want to talk about, I can't really show you because we have the Super Adventure 1390 here, which is taken over from the 1290, which is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Now you'll still be able to get the Super Adventure 1290 S's in the dealerships, and that was a bike that I got to ride and absolutely loved it. I took it down to Wales, I had a blast on it. One thing about the KTM Super Adventure S is it's definitely the more hooligan big adventure bike out there. If you want something that screams fun, a KTM is that bike. Now the 1290 had 160 brake horsepower, a massive 20 litre tank, and I really loved riding that bike. So getting my hands on this is going to be epic. This one is specifically the Evo with that semi-active suspension. You don't have to get it with Evo if you don't want to, and it'll be a little bit cheaper if you do avoid the Evo. But with this we've got 173 brake horsepower, so we're up 13 brake horsepower on the last one, which was already bonkers enough. But I just wanted to come to the stand and show some love to the 1290 and consequently now the 1390 because it was a really fun bike, super comfy, all the tech, loved it. Moving on to the Triumph heavyweight adventure bike, their Tiger 1200. Now it takes many forms. We have things like the GT Pro, we have the GT Explorer, we have the GT Rally Pro, and I was fortunate enough to get out and about in the last few years on some Tigers. Now on the road, I rode the GT Pro, I've ridden the GT Low. I'm not sure if that's even a current model anymore, but it was when I rode it, when I was blonde, so that tells you how long ago that was. But I also got to take the Rally Pro off-road. Now that was quite daunting for me as somebody who is inseam deficient because these bikes are tall, but I gave it a go at the Triumph Experience Centre down in Wales, in South Wales, and I loved it because I really challenged myself and put myself way out of my comfort zone. If you guys want to see me ride this bike, there is a video out there, just type in Usernamekate Tiger Rally Pro and it'll come up. But Mike, who is behind the camera, is going to get the opportunity to ride one of the Tiger 1200s in December off-road, and he's a lot more capable than I am, so watch out for that video where you can kind of see how it's done compared to me, who's a wobbling Wildred. Now the bike itself, Triumph utilised a triple engine. It's a T-plane engine and it's quite a unique one. There's no other adventure bikes using it. I personally find it a little bit rattly and the configuration doesn't really gel with me over the other adventure bikes, but it's still a fun ride and you can still charge these things into the country roads and they'll just lap everything up. But yeah, it's a bike that I did enjoy riding and hopefully I'll be able to get on them more this year. So we're here on the Suzuki stand and I am on Suzuki's VSTROM 1050. Now the 1050 is their road going version. There is a 1050 DE which does have a 21-inch front, cross-spoke wheels and is more geared towards going off-road and doing the light green laning if you want. This one is more of a tarmac queen. Now it puts out 106 brake horsepower, which is quite modest given the other, powerful machines that we've had in this video, like the R1300 GS, the Super Adventure S, but it's also quite a lot cheaper with a retail price. We've got cruise control with this, which is great, and even though we don't have heated grips as standard, which would be a nice touch, it's still a very pleasant, thumping V-twin to ride, lovely road mannerisms. It's never really going to get bent out of shape, but it's just a reliable workhorse in my opinion that does the job great. And I've actually enjoyed riding this quite a few different occasions. It's just reliable, dependable. The screen's pretty to look at, quite like it. Got lots of different modes. Yeah, it's a nice adventure bike and I felt that it was worthy to include it in this video. Well, we're here on the Honda stand and I am sat on the Africa Twin 1100. Well, loud music on the Honda stand strikes again and runs the risk of giving me a flipping copyright strike. Nobody wants that. What I'm about to say here is that I have ridden the Africa Twin 1100 and the Africa Twin 1100 Adventure Sport with my friend Lucia. We went out for a ride in the Peak District and we did a bit of swapping and changing on the bikes, and we actually had a really good time despite riding in Derbyshire in the horrific snow and sleet. Whilst I quite like that engine, even though we do get a lot of people that moan that it is underpowered on paper compared to the other big adventure bikes that feature in this, with that 270-degree crank and that parallel twin configuration, I actually really enjoy the engine. In fact, I recently rode a bike with the same engine, the NT 1100, on the launch recently and we had so much fun. So to me, the engine is great and I really like it. One of the issues though that I had was the short stand and the weight up top, particularly on the Adventure Sport. Now I went to a petrol station and filled up, and then I went to heave it off the side stand and I couldn't heave it off the stand. It was a bit awkward. I had to shout a workman over in high vis to kind of help me out. But once he pushed me up and I was away, I just rode it like any other normal bike. But it did make me think that potentially this isn't something that I can own because I can't really hoist it off its stand. And I know there are a lot of people out there that will lift the bike off the stand so that the stand isn't down and then just balance and swing the leg over. But with a lot of textile pants with a low gusset, that's easier said than done for most people, and also my balance isn't that great. So everybody, I hope you've enjoyed that. It was just a few pics of heavyweight adventure bikes that I really enjoy and that I have really enjoyed riding this year and last year. What's your favourite adventure bike? Is there something that didn't quite make the cut that you think I should have included? Definitely let me know if that is the case. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. It's just a quick little video of some of my favourite picks. Alright, until the next time guys, take care and ride safe. Mike, say bye. 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 The only thing I will say is the engine is a little bit noisier and rattly than I am used to. Sorry, you can nip through. You can go in. And the Super Adventure. Sorry. This is more of a tarmac queen. No, it's alright. Honestly, don't worry. Wow, it's very loud, isn't it? I might get a copyright strike for this music. Right. A Frocci Sassel.